Welcome back, boys and girls. As always, I am Hunter.
And I'm Hunter.
And this is the H&H Awakening podcast, brought to you by the two hunters who get bored and decided to start talking on the internet and hoping someone would listen. We are in episode 3 of
4.
Season 2. Is this 4?
This is 4 of season 2. Because we did the one we came
You're
back.
right. Episode 4 of Season 2. Which is, 31 episodes total now?
Yeah, I think that sounds right. I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
Anyways,
Season 2, episode 4.
Season 2, episode 4. As of the time we're recording this, our first 2 episodes, first three episodes of our YouTube is actually doing pretty good. Digging the support from you guys. It's doing a lot better than we thought. We just kind of woke up to a surprise the other day.
Yeah.
Noticing that y'all are watching. More people are tuning in to the podcast. I don't know if it's something different we did or if the YouTube gods are just gracing us with.
I have no idea.
But I'm enjoying it. We're currently at 869 views, or at least what it's showing on my screen.
I think mine showed 75, but
yeah. Well, anyways, regardless, we're doing pretty darn good. Thanks to you guys for watching. Did not expect to see that. Keep watching if you are. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like.
Yeah. Hit the subscribe button. That helps us do this. Get to the point of doing it full time, which is what we want to do at some point. So,
and also I forgot to say the last 2 episodes. If you've seen our thermal content and hunting content on the YouTube and Instagram and everything, we purchased our thermals. Well, the only thermal we have as right now. My dad bought one too through Feral Texas Outdoors. So check them out. They're in Holland, Texas, and that company is Feral Texas Outdoors.
And we'll throw a link
from the shop,
and we'll throw a link in the bio. So
their link should be in our Instagram and socials already.
Yep.
If I remember correctly. Anyways, if you want to, you can click on that link to when you make your purchase or just browse. If you don't want to, I'm not going to force you to, but it will help us out for future stuff, help us bring better content to y'all guys if you use that link. But yeah, now that the ads are over, rolling on with what we're starting with today, we kind of wanted to talk to you guys, been hunting here lately with the last 2 episodes, I think we've talked about, or maybe it's just one. But anyways, a lot of hunting been going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since November, it's been run and gun. It's been run and gun for deer, but especially with January coming up, February coming up, getting into those post deer season hunting activities such as coyote and hogs and everything. Competition's going to be coming up, or people are just going to be more actively hunting hogs or everything. We kind of want to talk to y'all about things you can do to process your meat, or what to do after you've killed and gutted and harvested if you choose to do it yourself. Or even if you decide to take it somewhere, just kind of the process. So I guess starting out, if you're going to harvest a whitetail or a game animal, which you have to use a tag. If it's an animal that requires you to use a tag and you're going to take it to a processor, make sure that tag stays with that meat until it arrives at its final destination, meaning
your freezer.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Wherever you live, basically. Don't fill out that tag. Well, first of all, remember to fill out the tag, put your county, name of the place you shot it on and everything, according to what it tells you on there. But don't just take the tag, fill it out, and then throw it in your pocket or in the back seat of your truck and forget about it. It has to stay on that animal until it reaches its final destination, wherever that may be. When it comes to taking it to processors, really it's kind of a personal choice. Everybody has kind of their set place that they take their animals to get processed. We have a few of them here. Just kind of really, it's just whoever's closer to us at the time, or what we decide to do.
I do know a lot of people, like, personally, like, they only go to one processor because they, like, their sausages are better, or their cuts on the, tenderloins are a little bit cleaner and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Is that why you always come to the processing at my house? Is because my sausage is better?
sure. But, like, and to go along with that, like, after the processing thing, if you decide to do it yourself, there is a lot of upfront investment. If you're going to do sausage and stuff, for example, even just cutting up meat, I think it's good to have like a good cutlery knife to actually get down to the bones and stuff, and you won't be snagging on stuff.
Yeah, a good butcher's knife. I mean, anything sharp. You can get the little sets at Walmart. The little what's it called? Kitchen Aid.
Yeah,
whatever. The little Walmart sets. Those will work fine.
but
they just tend to the steel on them tend to run dull pretty fast, and you find
yep.
you're resharpening, they don't last as long. Depending on how much you're processing, that may be fine for you if you're just doing that, and then you use it for the occasional cutting your steak in half at home. Those are fine.
Yep. I really like the for like the little bit that I've done. I like those like the fish fillet knives, like those really flexible ones. They seem to keep their edge pretty well. They're thick enough that you can get down to the bone pretty easy, and and the steel's really good. So and you can get those like Cabela's and Academy and stuff pretty cheap for the most part. And I'm not saying like the one specifically for fishing, because there's ones for fishing that wouldn't be good for like deer and pigs and stuff, but they do make like the bigger game versions of them. So
the one that surprised me is, I don't know the brand, but the one that surprised me is the one that Bree bought. Well, actually, she put it on our registry, and someone bought it for us. I don't know the name of it. The ones that you used that night we were here, they've surprised me as far as, I guess, the keeping their edge.
Yeah, it wasn't great for pigs, like for like the pig meat on like the at least like the hams and the shoulders.
I mean, when you got to the bone, it would bite into the bone pretty well. But I mean, most sharp knives are going to bite in that bone.
Yeah, but anyways, going past that point. So what's like your sausage kind of recipe? I know there's a lot of people that have like specific things that they do. I know what I like.
My mom makes all the sausage. I tend to do more of the tenderized steaks and tenderloins. Your basic butcher cuts, like the cuts I learned to do when I was working at HEB. That's kind of what I do. I haven't really gotten into, making sausage or nothing.
Gotcha.
I mean, most of the time I'll take my meat to Eddie Ray's and have them do the Eddie Ray specials. Or if my mom wants to make some sausage, I know she mixes it with the pork we shoot also. And pretty much, I mean, to make sausage or like ground meat, you just got to have the right fat content that you like and everything.
Yeah.
That's why you got to mix it typically with pork, because pork's a little fattier than deer meat. Yeah. Because, some people put little ground pork in there too.
And then I know people also use like beef fat. Like you can get it from like actual butchers and stuff. Like they'll sell it really, really cheap because no one buys it.
Most of your grocery stores do it too.
I've never really seen it at like HEB, but I've never actually asked for it. So
yeah, it's not something they put on the shelf.
Yeah, it's probably like at the meat counter or something like that. But
yeah, we only did it when people would call and ask for it.
Like for deer sausage, personally, I'd rather have the beef fat over the pork fat. That's kind of just me though. That's a personal preference thing. I don't know how you feel about it. Like I can taste the difference.
And I'm not a real big sausage person. The only sausage I really eat is Farmer Jones sausage,
or like summer sausage.
Summer sausage, but I don't consider that like what.
Well, like what
the sausage we're talking about, yeah, like grill sausage.
Yeah. So when you what's like your favorite way to cook like a backstrap? Because I've had it 4 or 5 different ways over the 20 years of never hunting in my life. So just been lucky enough to eat it however it's prepared. But
so my mom's made it a few different ways. She's done she's chopped it in little pieces and chicken fried it. Pretty good that way. The way I made it the other day, though, is probably making it to the top of my list. I cut them into tenderloins like you'd see tenderloin steaks at the, filet mignon at H-E-B. And then I took what is it? Cooking oil. Can't remember. It's not just cooking oil. It's called, vegetable. Took a little bit of vegetable. Drizzled it over the steaks, and then I mixed some steak season and then some salt and then black ground pepper. Mixed it all up, and I let it sit and marinate for 2 hours in the fridge. And then I preheated the oven to 350, I think. I don't know. I found this way of cooking it. I did a different marinade than they were saying, but the method of cooking it I tried for the first time. If I can get this using a pack out as a chair, I'm trying to lift up there it goes. Anyways, I think it was 350. I can't remember. I think it was either 350 or 400. One of the steaks I did. Anyways, and then I let it, it was 350, and I let it sit in the oven for, I think, an hour on roast mode, let it slowly roast.
Yeah.
Pulled it out. Those were freaking amazing. One of them that was a little thinner, it cooked a little too long. It wasn't burnt, but it was dry. One of the pieces. But if you cook it just perfect, you got to kind of monitor it. Don't do it just based off time. If you do it based on temperature, if you get them just juicy enough, oh, dude, that was
from my experience of cooking. I know it's a cheating way of cooking steaks, but I always use if I do stuff in the oven, which is the way I mostly cook steaks. Not just in the oven. I'll throw a temperature probe in there.
That reminds me, something I'm going to come back to in a minute when you finish your thing.
Okay. So I've had it kind of similar to a way. But the way that it was, I've seen it done is they don't slice it up really, really thin. They keep it the big chunk. And they throw it in the oven like a whole fillet or a whole tenderloin of a cow. They let it get up to about, I think, 125 or so. I don't know what temp they had it at. Then they take it out and they sear it in a pan with butter and stuff in it. That shit was delicious. Because it's still kind of rare in the middle.
See, my deer meat, I can't do as rare as I would. I mean, when I get a ribeye, I typically do it about medium anyways. I don't do anything below medium. I don't like my steak dry.
If I poke it and it doesn't move, it's cooked too much.
Yeah, I know that mistake from eating at Texas Roadhouse with y'all one time.
Oh, with my family?
I told y'all I wasn't hungry, and your mom was like, "You need to eat. You never eat when you're with us." So y'all ordered me a steak anyways, and got it medium rare or whatever.
No, I thought you said medium well. I think you said medium well.
I think at the time I was eating my steaks medium well. Now I just do medium.
Yeah, because.
But y'all had gotten it done medium rare. I remember because it was bubblegum pink on the inside.
Yeah,
and it took me ages to chew it.
Oh, yours? Oh,
I was like,
well, it just depends where you go. But another way I've enjoyed steak is a crock pot the shoulder with the bone in it. You slow roast it all day. That shit's delicious too. I really like that.
See,
with some carrots and onions and stuff in there, and that was pretty good.
I ain't got the patience to do it. Real quick, I took my glasses off because I kept seeing the screen glare in them.
Yeah,
on the recording, but I can't see right now, so I'm putting them back on. So sorry if you're watching, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so going back, I have an air fryer. Air fryer is probably one of the best inventions ever. It's if you took
it's just it's a convection oven in a small form. That's all it is.
I mean, if you turn the oven into a microwave, the way an oven cooks into the time of a microwave.
Yeah.
Because, anyways, so I looked up, best way to cook, because I wanted to try something new. So I was like, best way to cook tenderized backstrap 2 nights ago. Anyways, one of the things came up. Apparently, it's getting pretty popular with venison. I'm going to try to throw that technical term in there just for people who may not know, because, we say deer meat, but I know some people know it as like, oh, I didn't know venison is deer meat, whatever. Anyways, one of the popular ways to cook venison is in an air fryer, apparently. So I was like, you know what, whatever, I got plenty of it right now. I'll try it out. So I had some about 1/4-inch thick steaks. They were tenderized, marinated them the same way I did my roast. I took vegetables and then all my little dry rubs, put it on there, let it marinate. Put it in the air fryer. I think it was 375 preheat for 7 minutes, which I don't have a preheat option on my air fryer. I didn't know you really preheated air fryers.
I think it's just to get the temp up in the air fryer.
I just turned the air fryer to 375 and let it cook for 7 minutes. Got it nice hot, put the steaks in there, and then I did it at that temperature for 6 minutes. 2 steaks in there, which the steaks, if you're watching the video, are about yay big, about the size of a softball as far as,
like an actual fillet size.
Yeah, pretty decent. I don't know how many ounces exactly. I didn't weigh them because they were all cut differently. Anyways, put them in there, let it cook, and that was probably my best way. That's actually my best way to eat backstrap, and then the second's the roast. Of course, they're 2 different things. One's a steak, one's a filet mignon. Technically a steak, but I consider it more of a roast the way I cooked it. But anyways, that was pretty darn good. It was pretty juicy, pretty tender because it was tenderized too, which helped.
Yep.
And the air fryer is some crazy things. Like when I was working out really heavy, you remember when I got like crackhead skinny?
Yeah, which made no sense.
All I ate, my diet when I was on that working out thing, which I want to get back down close to that weight. Not as skinny.
I need to get back down to weight, dude. I'm biggest I've ever been in my life.
Well, that was when I was kind of watching a lot of Joe Rogan. Quick tangent. I was watching a lot of Joe Rogan, and like his biggest thing at the time was all about carnivore diet.
Yeah, he still does
just like eating nothing but red meat,
Mm-hmm.
So every night I was working on HEB. Every night I'd have a ribeye, and I'd just go home, cut a ribeye in half, throw it in the air fryer. And I got hooked on cooking ribeyes in the air fryer. Dude, air fryers, some people are like, oh, that's lazy cooking. When you ain't got much time or you're just trying to cook you a quick dinner, it's amazing.
It's convenient. It's very convenient.
Yeah, it is.
And, like...
I wouldn't pick an air fryer over the grill. Like, if I had time, if I had you over, buddies over, we're all chilling, hanging out, I'm a grill on the Blackstone. But if I'm at home, like, tonight... whatever, I'm gonna throw some steaks in the air fryer, get it done, eat, watch a movie, fall asleep. Yeah, I don't have to worry about turning on the propane. Which, side note to that, when you came over and we cooked those steaks,
when
when we made fajitas.
Oh yeah.
From the time you left to last night, that propane bottle's been wide open. I don't know how, but there was still.
I turned it off whenever I was done with it.
Well, that bottle's wide open, and I haven't touched it since you left.
I thought you used it after at some point. I thought you did because it was dirty that one day I came over. Remember? And I was like,
that was dirty from. No, that was dirty from the day you were there.
I cleaned it before I left.
Oh no, that was dirty from. Which Blackstones, if you don't cover them, they're going to get a little surface rust on them.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I guess I just didn't mess up cleaning it, but anyways.
Yeah.
I swear I don't know. Oh, well.
Air fryer, pretty legit way to cook backstrap. Do you have an air fryer? Do you and Megan have an air fryer?
No. We're gonna get one for Christmas.
Oh, well, if you do, trust them.
We just don't have a whole lot of room right now. We have way too many appliances that we don't already use, and I really don't want to get something else that we'll use like once a week. And
for those of you listening that are looking for an air fryer, Ninja's I've had 2 Ninjas. One of them's at my parents' house, and then one of them's here.
It's the best one, hands down.
Ninja's a pretty good one. That's the only one I've ever had, so that's the only one I can recommend. Well worth the money.
Yep.
I don't know what model or none of that crap. I'm not some kind of connoisseur with that stuff, but Ninja, air fryer, rock and roll.
I think my third favorite way, by the way, is off tangent a little bit. Third favorite way of eating venison or deer meat is chicken fried. Like you flatten, you tenderize it, you get all the batter on it, you throw it in a cast iron skillet with some oil.
I do like cut up little small chicken fried pieces, like the little like do you know at Logan Roadhouse how they have the beef tips where it's like little bitty pieces? I like that size chicken fried deer steak. So I don't like chicken fried beef. Like I don't like chicken fried steak, big old chunker.
It depends where, because I think sometimes they get too big.
It just doesn't have flavor to me.
It depends where you go, because like, sometimes all you do is taste the batter, because the batter's so thick, like George's.
Well, then they soak it in all that gravy and everything. And me personally, if you have to soak a steak in gravy and A1 sauce, I hate A1 sauce.
You cooked it wrong.
Yeah, but I've tried chicken fried steak at like 4 or 5 places now, and it's just not my thing.
Oh, we talked about that at work the other day. It was like because we went for a little team building thing. We went to a steakhouse, and they have like all like these different kinds of like sauces, like like the red wine stuff and all that, and like garlic butter and truffle butter. And I was like, they actually call it truffle butter. By the way, I'll send you a picture of the menu.
Well, it is a real thing.
I know it is a real thing, but I know why you're smirking. But
Hunter loves truffle butter.
I was looking at the thing, and I was like, this is a kind of like a semi-fancy steak place, and they're offering like all these different kinds of sauces. Like, these steaks must not be very good. Got my steak. It was overcooked. It was almost well done. Like, it was super fucking dry, and I was like, dude, this is a disappointment. I was so pissed off.
Yeah, some places, Texas is actually pretty good at. Texas Roadhouse is actually pretty good at cooking steaks. Like I'll usually get like a prime rib. Mm-hmm. Do it medium. They usually do it pretty good. Bree tried her first prime rib ever there.
Oh, really? Prime rib or because prime rib's like that big chunk, and they just take a slice off of it. Though I thought that's what a prime rib was. I'm almost positive that's the thing. Prime rib was.
So there's the thing with prime rib is like. Prime rib, all prime rib is the
ribeye's not cut up. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a roast. But I always call it just prime ribeye, whatever. The steak, prime ribeye. I just say prime rib because I'm too lazy to say the full thing. But either way, prime ribeye. She likes it. I like it. Pretty good though.
I like good prime rib. Texas Roadhouse, like they're consistently good with their ribeyes. I know this is like a Texas Roadhouse thing at this point, or just straight up just random food that we enjoy eating. But Texas Roadhouse, they're consistent. Like if across the board for the most part. I've been I think to one Texas Roadhouse that just wasn't good. Like their cuts of meat sucked.
Yeah,
but I don't even remember where it was. It was
for a franchise. They're pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent. Like it's a good, like I'll say like medium level steakhouse. It's not. It's Logan's is fucking awful. I will never eat at Logan's ever again.
Unlike Whataburger. Whataburger's an amazing place, but when that company in Chicago bought them, you eat some Whataburgers and it's just like a patty melt, like
just disgusting.
Yeah, like some Whataburgers, I'll get a patty melt and it's dry. They don't have enough sauce on there, or they put too much sauce.
It's like what I told you earlier this year. The best Whataburger I've had in years was in Colorado. I don't know. I may have not told you that. I don't know.
It's like anything. Gun companies, all that. It's just all quality control.
Yeah.
Depending on...
Yeah, but...
You got different people messing with it and everything. Going on to things, though, is like... of course, if you had the choice of deer meat versus pork, wild hog,
I'd
choose deer meat all day. Yeah, I mean, everybody asks me all the time, like people at work, they're like, oh, I've never had deer meat. Is it as good as they say? If I could eat one species the rest of my life, it'd be venison. Now, I'm saying that elk? With never having elk. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. I've heard elk is amazing.
I've heard,
but I don't want to just store buy it.
No, you got to shoot it yourself.
Yeah,
because I've heard elk's really good. I've heard caribou's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like from like Alaska up there somewhere. Did you just click like on my thing?
Mm-mm.
A random little like thumbs up thing on my screen just popped up. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, that. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, and I've heard caribou's really good. I think this is new. I've never seen this before.
Well, I know like FaceTime has like certain things you can do.
Yeah, we've done that.
I didn't know if that was, I don't know. Whatever, cool.
But anyways,
don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video.
Well, I think my top 3 games that I want to try. I want to shoot a buffalo, like a wild buffalo,
and
I want to eat it. Because I've had like bison and stuff at restaurants, but I think those are like farm raised. I want to shoot like a wild one somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I want to shoot get an elk at some point, and then I want to try caribou. I think that would be a cool hunt in Alaska.
Caribou.
That's
what I think of every time I hear that. Polar Express?
No. Oh. I haven't seen Polar Express in years.
Yeah, they going through that, or going through wherever, and they're like, caribou.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I've got so much wild hog right now in my freezer that I'm about to start just giving it away because I'm not a big pork fan.
So yeah. I'm not a huge fan of wild pork because there's not really I've tried looking up stuff of what you can do with it. There's not a whole lot you can do with it because out of all
do the same as you can with the
with deer and
farm raised pig
or deer. You can do a lot of stuff, like a lot of the same stuff.
I just don't like pork chops, pork loin, all that. I like bacon. That's it.
I don't even really. I've eaten so much bacon over my life. I don't really like bacon anymore. I'm just fucking with you.
I was gonna make a comment, but be a little X-rated. I was gonna say that's like having, a lot of P word, and then you're like, I just don't like P no more. And it's like, Anyways,
yeah.
I bet you like duck sausage.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say if you do, you could duck down and get some.
Oh no. Speaking of duck, this is really weird. I forgot. Duck's pretty good if you cook it right.
I've heard that. I've never tried it. Bree's cousin went somewhere and had some duck. He said it was pretty darn good, and then he came back here and had it in Texas, and he said it's just as good here.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you have
I do want to go duck hunting.
Yeah, we need to set something up for like next year or something.
Yeah, because you have a place to go duck hunting, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I have a couple places I can go duck hunt.
The other hunter does too. He's got 2 mallards mounted.
Mm-hmm. I've never shot a mallard. I've shot like a lot of teals though. Teals are like almost a waste of shooting in my opinion. Like they're really pretty birds, but there's not a whole lot of meat on them. Mm-hmm. Like it's I would say about double the size of like a dove, like volume size. Mm-hmm. So you literally just make like a nugget out of it. That's all you can do.
So speaking of dove, I love dove hunting. I haven't been dove hunting, and
I like dove. I like eating dove.
I haven't been dove hunting since freshman year of high school.
I haven't been in a long time either.
Dove is like the crawfish of birds. And before people listen, before you grab my chain and choke me with it, what I mean by that is like it's a lot of work for a little amount of meat, which dove is a little better payoff than crawfish, I think. Of course, the flavor, bacon wrapped dove, everything. But if you understand what I'm saying, like, crawfish, you do a big old crawfish bowl and everything, but then when you go to actually eat a crawfish, you're sitting there tearing it all apart and you get a little piece of meat. That's how I feel like sometimes about dove. I mean, I still enjoy dove hunting and I still eat dove, but you're doing a lot of work for little breast.
A little bit of meat, yeah. I enjoy the challenge of dove hunting because they're so agile. Like they're little birds that just turn corners on dimes and stuff. For the most part, but I think the only way that I can eat dove though is like a dove popper. So,
like with jalapenos and bacon and all that. See, I can't do poppers. I can't do bacon wrap poppers, chicken, all that shit. It's the jalapeno. I love jalapenos chopped up and salsa and everything and sausage. I just don't like the texture of a whole pepper.
Oh, then try like an Anaheim pepper. They're a little bit softer whenever you cook them all the way.
That's what gets me is just the softness of it, the weirdness, texture of a pepper.
Well, just don't cook it as long. Just cook the bacon until it's ready, and then you're good.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
There's different ways you can cook it to prevent that. Like, everyone does it on like a grill or something. That's the worst way to do it, I think. I think you throw those fuckers in the oven. And you get like a cookie sheet. You put like one of those metal racks where they're not sitting in their grease. So they kind of dry up a little bit. I think that's the best way to do it.
Dude, you're making me so hungry right now.
Dude, there's not shit up here in New York that's like that.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't heard already, Hunter has gone full
Yankee
liberal
as you've
on
been
us.
Calling me.
He doesn't have any guns anymore. He lives up there in gun-free area, and I think I heard him say "you guys" the other day.
Oh, don't you know, bud?
Oh, that's.
I guess that's like more Midwest, but the company I work for is very Midwest. Very Midwest. I don't like it. But
you need to come back down here where we say y'all.
Hey, give me like 6 months, and I'll probably be. Oh yeah, I guess I can probably say it now. We're moving back to the area of where other Hunter lives, so we'll have a lot more in-person videos. Reviews.
Wait, did that one thing go through?
No, but we're moving there no matter what, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of so the housing, real quick thing, the housing market is kind of falling off, like they're saying, like it's kind of crashing. Interest rates are getting lower. Yeah. Prices are getting lower. There's a lot of houses popping up in McGregor.
Fuck all the millennials for fucking it all up. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think it's that and the west side of the U.S. The west side of the U.S. messing it up.
Fuck those people.
Yeah.
Them
goddamn electric car driving some bitches.
For the people that live in California and you guys want to get out, don't come to Texas.
I know it's shit. Do like Joe Rogan.
Don't fuck everything up for us.
Yeah.
We got a good thing going.
Just remember, when you move away from a place, you're moving away for a reason. Don't move somewhere and try to make it the place you moved away from.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to do that, you might as well stay where you came from.
But going on a little bit of a tangent of California, though, I feel bad for people that are stuck there.
Yeah.
Because their economy is so fucked up right now. Like, people are struggling to live. Like, they have almost damn near zero savings, and they're living paycheck to paycheck. And they can't do anything about it.
But the good thing for most of the people who can get out is they can sell a freaking 1,300 square foot house. Yeah. 2 bed, 1 bath. Yeah, they can buy a freaking 2-story.
That's why they're messing up everything here.
Yeah. Yeah, that influx of money that they're bringing here.
Yeah. Sorry if you live in California, but that is our point of view. I feel bad for the people that are struggling there, though, that can't get out of it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think it's like once you're like at like a certain threshold there, you're kind of stuck. Like, there's no packing up your shit and leaving. It's you're kind of stuck there until something else happens.
Yeah. I mean, I'm stuck in Texas because I love it here and I'll never leave.
I want to be. But from the way it's looking, though, it's starting to turn a little blue. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's certain cities here that are doing that.
Austin, specifically.
And Dallas.
If Texas ever turns blue, I've decided I'm moving out of Texas.
Yeah?
Yep.
If Texas starts doing like a bunch of other states with the taxes and, you know.
I don't think they'll ever go away with state income tax. Or go away with no state income tax. Because
I'm talking about like the tobacco tax that they.
It's cheaper in New York than it is in Texas.
Since when? Because when I went to New York, 2016.
Well, you went to New York City though. You didn't go upstate. Upstate's significant. Like how much is a can of Zen in Texas right now?
$6.75.
Yeah, a can here is $4.30.
Well, it depends. Some places have them for like $4 or $5 something. It's more of a store based thing.
Yeah, and it's mostly New York City where you see those high prices. Because like talking to like a lot of the locals and stuff, that's what they say. Like a lot of the decisions happen up there, which makes sense because that's where everything is. But the poor people in upstate New York, which there's a lot of Irish people too. Oh, dude, I didn't tell you this. Somebody over, I think it was Thursday night, poached like 5 different deer on the project that I'm on. One of the heads was cut off, so we know it was a buck. And then all the back straps were taken. None of the shoulders and none of the I guess the hams.
Yeah. None
of that was taken. It was just back straps and heads. 4 does and a buck.
God.
Yep. Had the DNR come out. They were not happy. They interrogated like half of our project because they thought that we were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, no.
So, and don't you check my freezer either. They're like, sir, what's that deer-sized dent in the front end of your Ford?
Oh, dude, I almost smoked a deer the other night, too. The deer up here, because like in upstate, there's not a whole lot of like street lights and stuff. It's super fucking dark. Dude, I almost hit like 3 deer the other night when I was driving home from work. Because they were just walking out in the middle of the road. And like I saw them far enough away where I could brake. Because, I'd rather not hit a deer if I don't have to. So.
Yeah. Not fun on the insurance.
It would be nice to get another work truck, though. Old piece of shit that I have right now. That's another story, though.
Yeah, so, there's deer meat you can cook. There's pigs you can cook. There's elk, which I don't have experience with that. It just depends.
I've heard it's unlike any other kind of, like, red meat.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot better than deer. It's a lot better than, like, beef. It blows everything out of the waters from what I've heard from it.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like it's kind of like going from beef to venison.
Yeah.
It's just the next step up.
Like the only thing that I have against venison over beef is the fat content. Because you can
so much leaner.
Yeah, because you can overcook venison pretty easily.
Yeah.
But with beef, you can kind of overcook it, and it still has moisture within the actual steak or something. So,
which for those of you who want to try deer meat, maybe you killed your first deer, or you got some off a buddy. There are hundreds of recipes online that tell you step by step.
Yeah.
If you've never cooked it before, highly recommend going off a recipe first. Because especially if you're trying it the first time and you overcook it and ruin it, it's going to ruin the whole experience for you.
Yeah. And it and if you're watching it on YouTube, like after this podcast, hop onto YouTube and type up, backstrap recipes. Because there's a lot of, I'm going to say,
the
more
internet is
redneckery.
your best friend.
Yeah, the internet's your best friend in finding a recipe. Because it's free. You don't have to buy a book for it. Like, I don't know if you ever watched Meat Eater.
Yeah, I've been getting into it.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good recipes and stuff, too.
I think he's got his own book now, don't he?
Yeah, he does. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to read it. I don't read, okay? I know you don't read either.
No, I don't.
I think the last
I
book
cheated through so many STAR tests.
STAR test. What was the other one? Do you remember having to take those book tests in high school? Was it high school or middle school? Read a book.
AR test.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Not STAR test.
I think
AR
that
test
was yeah, I think that was the last time I read like a full book. Was in like middle school.
Yeah.
No, it may have been high. It may have been high school. It may have been high school. English classes and stuff.
I've read one book in my life, I don't remember the name of it, that I actually enjoyed reading, but I just don't have the attention span to sit there and read.
If I'm tired and I can't go to sleep, like if I'm just tossing and turning in bed, I'll open up a book because usually that makes me go to bed pretty quick. Using the slight bit of brain power that I have left.
TikTok does that for me.
Oh no, dude, I get sucked down that TikTok rabbit hole so quick. I'll be on TikTok for like 4 hours before I go to sleep.
Dude, that's like my nightly routine. Throw on TikTok, fall asleep watching it.
I throw on mega projects on YouTube. That's what I do. The British guy that does like history stuff. I really like his content.
You need to watch Vagrant Holiday. That's what I'm hooked on right now.
On YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Vagrant Holiday.
He stealth camps. He basically goes to all these different countries.
Okay. Oh,
he was on TikTok.
Countries? Okay.
Yeah. He disappeared and whole rabbit hole with that thing. But pretty good.
I really want to start getting more into like overlanding stuff. I want to sell my current personal truck. I think I know what I'm going to get for my next truck.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go to the dark side and go to Chevy.
Yeah, light side, dark side, more powerful side, whatever.
Dark side, yeah. The Sith are way more powerful than the Jedi, dog.
Yeah, you
Anakin
get a little more testosterone in your system driving the Chevy.
No, like the new Chevys, like they just, I think they would just blow the Fords out of the water, unless Ford comes out with something else. I think
every Chevy has done that,
but I think I'm gonna go if I can find a good deal. I'm really looking at that. Is it the 6.2 or is it a 6.3? I want to say it's 6.2.
6.2.
Yeah, I really want to get to 6.2 because I've been looking at comparisons of like the engines and stuff. There's not much difference in gas mileage.
6.2, you're gonna get a little less gas mileage than you are in that 5.3.
It's like, I think from what the video said that I most recently watched, like the new 2024s that are coming out, they kind of they did some different things on it. Well,
they've got all that active fuel management and dynamic fuel management shit now too. That helps.
Yeah, they said that shit's still fucked up. Is what the video was saying.
I mean it's
not as good as the flex fuel.
More wear and tear on your cylinders.
Mm-hmm. But what's it called? The 6.2 gets like 15 in the city, 21 on the highway, or 20 on the highway, and then it's 15 for the 5. It's 5.3, right? Yeah, it's 15 for the 5.3, and then 21. But
it depends because I got.
But with the 6.3 or 6.2, you have to use the premium gas. You can't use
the higher octane.
You have to use the higher octane stuff. But because like with the newer 5.3s are coming out, you can run E85 through them.
Yeah, I don't recommend running that corn fuel.
No, it's really like that is terrible for trucks.
So where they get you on that is they say, buy the E85, this corn fuel. It's cheaper to use. It's cheaper to use, but it burns faster.
Your gas mileage will tank a little bit, I think. And it also on. I think they're seeing issues, or they were seeing issues with the 5.3. It wasn't pushing the pistons all the way up or down, or however the fuck engines work. It wasn't pushing them all the way, so it was having issues with gas mileage that direction.
Compression.
Yeah. Which is why you use higher octane fuel. So to get that little bit more, I think the higher BTU stuff, you get the less compression rate, you get the longer strokes of pistons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's my understanding of what they're saying. I don't know shit about cars, but
I use mid grade or higher in my truck now, just because I do get a little bit of gas mileage and it just runs a little better. I noticed when I use the low grade 87 or whatever, or is it 87 or
85 or 87? I don't know what it is anymore. It's different at every gas station.
No, 85 is the corn fuel. E85.
Oh, is it? Okay.
87 is the base grade. That I do notice my gas mileage tanks a little bit when I use that versus the higher mid grade or high octane.
Or I was looking at that 3.0 Duramax too, but the only issue is like maintenance is a lot more expensive when it comes to that kind of stuff. So that's my only downfall with diesel. Like any sort of diesel engine. I do want a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton eventually, but I have no purpose for it right now.
Yeah, my goal is to eventually have a 3/4 ton dually with gooseneck car hauler.
Think a dually would be nice, but I don't see myself using it for really anything that it would be useful for. Like I'd never tow a car. I'm not a car guy. I'm a gun guy. That's kind of where I grew up.
Could be both.
Liking. No, I can't afford to be both.
But damn, we went from food to vehicles now.
I know. I don't really know what else is going on. I haven't shot a gun since we went hunting a month ago.
I've killed two more pigs since we went hunting.
Yeah, I'm itching to pull a trigger on something.
Me too. I think I'm gonna go this weekend if I can.
Fuck you. Oh wait, no. I won't be at home. Never mind. I won't be back to Central Texas. I'll be in West Texas, but I won't be in Central Texas. I'll actually be going to New Mexico. I'll be going to New Mexico this weekend.
To sum up the food thing, process yourself, take it somewhere, decide where you want to spend your pocketbook on that. Some processors, if you process yourself, you're saving a little more meat.
Some processors, it depends on the processor. Sometimes,
like
a processor, just in my head, it kind of freaks me out a little bit because it's like you don't know if it's really your deer or not. They get to just cut up a bunch of back straps, cut them all up into steaks and split them all between everybody. You don't really know.
Yeah, the best way to guarantee you get the meat you want is do it yourself. Just requires a lot more work.
Yep.
I do both depending on what time I got.
It takes a lot of practice too.
Yeah.
Because I think it's easy to mess up a back strap. Like it's not that hard if you know how to do it, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can really mess it up. But you got anything else for this episode?
Not as far as food goes.
What else do you
definitely
want
to say? Well, I mean, this episode's catered towards food, so I was saying, I definitely say, thank you guys for your support. Keep it up. I don't know what we did different, but y'all apparently loving it. Maybe we didn't do anything different. We're just finally catching.
I have no idea. We're catching that YouTube wind all of a sudden.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, share. It helps us out. Like I said, the content's only going to get better and better from here. And we got more exciting things. For those of you who are into gaming stuff or milsim stuff, we may be starting to branch into some of that as just like a fun side thing.
Because we do play a lot of video games in our spare time.
Yeah. If we're not hunting or doing whatever, we're at the house playing games. So
I have nothing else to do on the road. So
yeah. Keep an eye on our Instagram. Everything. TikTok we're not really posting on as much, but
no, because they're kind of picky about what we post. Like
they'll show a half naked girl all day, but if we post one freaking gun range video, they freak out.
Or a thermal video of a pig getting shot.
Yeah,
which is another topic. And it's weird that YouTube is less strict on that kind of stuff, because I remember for a while that they were cracking down on a lot of people that were doing this.
Well, YouTube doesn't necessarily deny you posting the video; they just shadow ban.
Yeah. Well, that's what TikTok does too, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I know come to the first of the year, we're going to have some other kind of content. I know we're going to have a couple reviews coming out on some things. Do you want to say like some of the things, or do you just want to keep it a secret?
Well, we're gonna start doing like optic reviews, accessory reviews, gun reviews, gear reviews.
I know there's a gun review that we have planned right now, but we just need to find the time to shoot it, because we're not just gonna do like a sit down at a table and do a gun review. Like we need to have time to actually go out and test some other things. Yeah, get some footage of us shooting and stuff. Well, we need to do that for all of our guns anyway, but I know we'll be starting with some of the Vortex line of products, like a lot of the Vortex scopes that we've been using. So I know that's probably where we'll start, but I know that we have a lot of the same kind of tools and stuff that we use on a regular basis, and like in the optics world, and so we both have points of view on different things.
Man, I keep hearing shit moving.
Excuse me.
But yeah, no. Keep an eye out for all that. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep watching. And anything else, Hunter, you want to add?
Yeah. Just stay strong. I don't remember what our closeout thing is.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Stay active.
And enjoy the outdoors.